Halito! This is Draycu, and I am so happy to play and record Total Warhammer 3 for all of y'all. The Total Warhammer series is one that I've always really adored, ever since Shogun 2, which, to be honest, I should probably play that sometime, now that I think about it. Anyway, this is just a test recording to see how my audio levels are. Trying something interesting and different. You might notice, for instance, I play as Deathmaster Snitch, but this is not my home. That's because I have a complete randomizer that has effectively, completely changed all of the rules. The world is... well, whoever owns it... oh, that looks terrible. Oof, what is going on with those graphics? Oh, it's corruption, huh? Oh, thanks, Zinch. Okay. The world is completely, the world is in complete chaos, as you can see. Oh dear. A little bit of Zinch fun. The Intelligent Randomizer, I believe, is the name of the mod that I am currently using, which seems to be so awesome in that it actually, intelligently swaps out everyone's starting places. Let me just show you where I am. I'm all the way out here in the cold mountains. Why am I out here? Huh? The best thing about this mod is that it intelligently provides you with a capital city to start with and get yourself going. Along with things that you would start with normally. Kind of. I mean, I don't have, like, the landmarks that I should have, but... I mean, hey. Deathmaster Snitch. I can figure this out. I can work with this. You start off without being at war with anyone immediately, it looks like. So that's pretty darn nice. Oh, dearie me. I have a few mods set up. That's pretty cool. To, make things very interesting. I kinda don't like being landlocked like this, though. I might reset a few times just to see if I get a better starting place. I'd like to be by a coast. Somewhere a little bit prettier, but I mean, it is... well, I have a few mods that add a few interesting changes, particularly... oh gosh, it takes a little bit to load that. The southern continent region that CA has for some strange reason neglected to touch or update for 3 update patches now? I'm not entirely sure what CA is doing with, whatever this landmass is called. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, goodness sake. Whatever it might be. I have a few mods to basically render and create the entire, as much of the Total Warhammer world as possible. So it takes a little bit to, like, zoom all the way out. It does sure take a little bit to try to load everything. Lags a little bit around here. I'm going to go with stream beats as well for all of my recording needs here, in addition. Because I figure I would go ahead and record and play a few strategy games, finally. Because I've always enjoyed doing that, but I've never really showcased it. It's always been private. So I'm ready to share an insight into my stratagems, I guess I would say. I'm using a few mods to adjust and make things a bit more interesting when it comes to the AI behavior. Particularly organic AI mod. I'm using the one without adjustments to the player bias. And I'm using something to completely remove player bias, because I would like everything to be unique, different, unpredictable. Oh right, I've also got a few mods that reduce the, I'll have a full list in the descriptions of the video too. But, and I'll probably splice this footage together, depending on the audio quality. But full description below, mod list below, Please go check it out. Please go try out Total Warhammer 3. Though I can definitely say 2 is really good too. This game is going to feature a removed version. And normally you would be able to predict, like, okay, someone's going to hate you just because of your existence. This one instead, you're going to be completely neutral with basically everyone. And your whole goal is just to expand, vassalize, and survive in the world of Total Warhammer. I keep saying Total Warhammer, it's called Warhammer. That's the setting. Really, is everyone completely neutral with me? Yes, everyone is completely neutral. Cool. Nice. No one has any, like, natural hatred. So that's cool. So, really, the only reasons that you would be attacked would be, well, for resources and space and generally carving out regions in the areas. I think I also have I believe I have a mod that removes the aggression and hatred that you get built towards you for just becoming stronger as well, because I'm kind of over that. I don't like that. Well, there's still some AI that will naturally hate one another and will try and fight one another because they're just natural enemies, because, well, there should be some realism after all. But it is nice to be in a place where you're not just immediately at war with someone, and having to fight the same rebels over and over and over again in the same location. I wanted to do something completely different. And all of Cathay is now completely destroyed. Well, so then that's the thing. I will have a bit of fun trying to figure out who's who and where they are, and I guess who my allies are going to be. I am in a pretty good location where I do at least have a gold mine. That's a pretty dang good bonus right there. Wow, I get to already have the Brightstone mine. And it's not infested with night goblins this time. Dang, wow. It provides me with a garrison of warp lightning. Nice. That's actually pretty dang... That's pretty dang interesting. I will have to remember this for sure later. What is the max cap for this? I think it should be 8. So, nice. First things first, I'm going to not upgrade that. I'm not going to upgrade that. I will be focusing on growth, because that's probably the smartest thing I should do beginning my expansion plans. We're going to go with expansion first and foremost. Research tech I would like to focus on will be on this top portion, and I think I'll be trying to plan 20 turns ahead. I really would like to be able to make strength in numbers. That would be my primary goal as soon as possible, so I can build up cheap expendable units and then supplement them with stronger units in turn. That way I can have what's called crap stacks, and oh boy do I want to show off the proper Skaven technique. So, this is an interesting start location, I must say. It is nice and quite pleasant that at least I won't have to worry about competition. I just have to be very careful about who I pick fights with, since I don't really want to be in a situation currently where I get attacked on all sides. Also, unfortunately, these lands cause attribution damage because of the Tzeentch corruption? Ooh, the vampiric corruption is actually hurting quite a bit. Okay, good to know. Thankfully, these lands are being Skaven corrupted, I guess. Once I get that up and over, then it should be okay with this province. To be honest, I can just build up this first few turns, make preparations. I'm not suffering any food losses, but okay, I can just get a nice tier 2 monstrous infantry unit. I mean, frontline's pretty good. Having a good frontline, it's pretty decent. They're not bad, and they're actually able to cause terror, it looks like. So, well, to be honest, they're slow as hell, but they're a great distraction. They're a damn good distraction. They have no armor or shields, but I mean, hey, they'd be great at flanking. They would be good at flanking. It would be helpful. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Big, brutish, and extremely violent, ogres are simple and straightforward creatures. They know what they want and use their brawn to take it. Ogres don't do contemplative head-scratching, preferring to smash things they don't understand. The bold charge forwards is their favored way to smash any opposition and greedily grab what they want. And what ogres want is power, respect, wealth, and perhaps, most of all, an endless supply of meat to feast upon. I mean, hey, right there with you. It is the ogre way to take more than their share, in fact. The ogres have a bully mentality that pushes them to take as much as possible. The only way to stop their aggression is a show of superior forces. As ogres are a bit slow in the uptake, it sometimes takes a few applications of that show of superior force. But they will eventually back down before a stronger opposition. Ogres exhibit a practical, if self-centered approach to their lives. So long as they are doing well, then all is fine. This isn't saying that ogres are evil-minded beings, or that they are good-hearted either. Ogres are just above, or perhaps beneath, morals altogether. Ogres are out for themselves, and their first and only inclination is to act in a way that will benefit them the most. If invaders attack a tribe from a neighboring kingdom, other ogre tribes might ally together to repel the attackers, or they might pile on and join the invading side. A third option, chosen by the most veteran tyrants, is that they will wait until both sides are weak, until smashing them both. Ogres are opportunists, and the choice depends on what offers our most of a reward, or for an acceptable risk. Ogres are not duplicitous. Not because they feel such guile is wrong, but because they lack the quick wits or mental agility to think of such tricks in the first place. Ogres excel at fighting, and this, along with their greed and lack of concern about right or wrong, means that an ogre army is always ready for battle against anyone, anywhere. History is replete with examples of ogres being paid to fight, and even sometimes being paid not to join a fray. When they do enter combat, ogres make frightening opponents, for they are savage and can sometimes devour the fallen where they lie. In the heat of battle, this horrifies their opponents, who must fight the blood-splattered vanquisher of their former comrades. So, they're perfect for my Skaven army. They're a fine fit. They're also wall breakers, so they're great at breaking down walls. Did not know that. That's pretty dang good. They're great for siege. They have an ogre charge. When attacking braced defenders, this unit only loses half of its charge. That's pretty dang good, actually. So they'll still do about 22 bonus damage. Nice. They also cause fear. And they're immune to desert and swamp damage. Okay, perfect. Well, they're going to be perfect to attack any walled settlements. Definitely be keeping them on the forefront. I have a few lore mods, because to be honest, I don't know all of Warhammer lore and history. But I would be more than happy to, I guess, record series of Warhammer lore. I would love to be able to share the unique world of this setting and Games Workshop for everyone to be able to enjoy. Mostly because I would like to be able to say that, hey, Rat's pretty cool, you should give Skaven a try. Right. These weapon wall grinders, I might put into a separate army. They're good, but they're really slow, and they're slower than the bull rushers, so to be honest. I mean, they're good at being able to do armor-piercing damage, which could have its uses. Plus, they do have a net ability, which is quite helpful, considering they would stop charging cavalry in their tracks to be destroyed by the ogres, so that could actually be a very good combination. I will keep that in mind as well. Primarily, as Skaven, I want to begin generating lots of food. I also want to establish the Under Empire. I do want to work on an Under Empire. Primarily around, I would say, well, there's quite a few ogre kingdoms over here. May consider that, though they're going to be a bit tough and resilient when it comes to fighting them. There's quite a few of these dang settlements around me. Who is around me? I have friends! Yay! Perfect! They're probably going to die. In a few turns. I'm going to assume... 15 turns, they're probably going to be dead. But hey, we'll see what happens. I already have a non-aggression pact with them. Are you serious? That's quite nice. We can do trade. We should. We should do military access as well.
Maybe we can do a deal.
Perfect. Would you like to pay me for some of this? You would. Oh, that's quite kind of you. Absolutely.
Good.
You are wise and strong. I am happy to agree your offer. Thank you. Yakoki. Can I demand any payments? No, that would be mean. Right. They should be fast friends if they don't get destroyed. They probably will. This is a minor faction too, isn't this? Yes, it is. They're spineless as well. Well, they're at least good for trade value, so that's what I'll be keeping in mind. Oh my goodness, the world is upside down even, so this is fitting. It would appear that Bretonia is somehow known by me, but they're way over... Right, because this is normally where I would be, but I decided to say screw those ruins and went over into the middle of the mountains for some reason. I'm sure there's a logic to it, right? Of course, of course. Everyone seems to be neutral. Someone is actually losing some happiness towards me. Why are you not liking that? Because of trespass against the Celestial Loyalists. When did I trespass? Excuse me? I don't know when I did. Fine, Mao Ying, whatever you say. It's only a -1 as well. It's whatever.
I understand my celestial light.
Oh, you're so close to being able to do trade with me, and you're actually near... by? What? You're a neighbor? You're actually a neighbor right across those lands. Right over the mountains. Well, that is... quite interesting, indeed. You're not at war with anyone yet, but I will keep you in mind, because you would be a very strong ally if I could, I do enjoy the idea now of working with Mao Ying. That's actually quite an interesting possibility. I am only strength rank 131, so, but I could help them retake Cathay and the Wall. That's another interesting idea as well. Okay. Okay. Actually, what could I do to balance this? I would only have to pay 375, and we could have a nice little trade agreement. Could I throw in a non-aggression pact with that as well? No, that'd be a little too much. Okay. Well, I can just live with a nice trade agreement. Sure.
A boon to the defense effort.
I would be happy to work with the dragons. Why not? Dragons are pretty cool. Alright. That would be a very strong and considered ally. I don't honestly like Musilan. Or I'm sorry, they're the Lamian Sisterhood of Vampire accounts. I don't think I really like them that much. As far as things go, vampires are kind of annoying, and generally not what I would like to be dealing with. Yes, a corrupter, of course. I don't want their corruption. And I don't want to be vassalized or dominated by them in particular. So I think I'll be making plans to try and take land from them at some point. I suppose for right now, I will set my eyes on warring with the... Who are these? Who are them? Who are they?
Bring death.
Varg. Varg, okay. You seem to be very far from your natural habitat, so let me just go ahead and pick on these little folks instead, since they are just within prime range. 9 out of 20. I have about 11. I can not go under the ground. Okay. Right. I can't just go there yet. But I can in the future. Let's see. How many do you have as well? Let's see. You're a neutral minor settlement. You are a... Not under my control. But if I do take you, I could give you to Cathay. That is a possibility. That is a very interesting possibility. I will have to make a decision. It is a good climate that I would be okay with, so... I don't actually quite know what sort of terrain I would not really like with these mods. I believe I'm okay with... Well, if I'm okay with mountains, and I'm okay with wasteland, then I suppose jungles would be not favorable. So, what's my first move? Probably to recruit a bunch of rats. Honestly, I might just garrison first. Get in there. Don't lose anything to attrition. And, just give me a whole dang bunch of those little, dang, I don't really have any good buildings at all. This is gonna be quite a challenge. Honestly, I'll make a save. Sure. Sure, I'll go with this plan. So, I see an opportunity across the way. I could probably expand and take their territory. They don't have any alliances with anyone. Everyone starts off on equal playing ground. So we're all going to be making our alliances and setting up drawing lines organically, hopefully, if everything works correctly. So, to be honest, they annoy me. I don't like vampiric corruption. Really don't like vampiric corruption at all. I need their land. I want to have this full province, eventually. What are you? You're ogres. I really don't want to fight them. Gosh. Can I vassalize them eventually? No? Okay. I wonder if I could ever ask for their minor settlement there. Like, if you could just give me that. Only a -14. It's actually not too dang difficult. Okay. Maybe I could do this diplomatically as well, and I might not actually have to go to war with the ogres. Okay, if they don't actually see any value in keeping that settlement, because it's not actually part of their province. The high place is actually under my province, so... they might be okay with trading for that at some point. I think I might try and keep them as allies. Yes, actually, I will. What would it take to balance that? A whopping 1,000! That's kind of a bit much, isn't it? Alright, well. I'm going to have to bully them. Currently they are a little bit stronger than me though, so that's not so great. These guys, I'm going to bully them. I'm going to be bullying them. I'm going to be building in preparation to get rid of them. So in that case, I'm going to want a bunch of volume reduced, because that song was a little bit louder than I thought. Oh, that's going to be taking some practice getting used to. I am going to really want to make a crap stack. Yeah, I'm gonna make a crap stack. Thankfully, as Eshin, I don't have to worry about loyalty, so that's cool. That's great. I'm going to want to have assassins, and I'm going to want to have a assassin-focused army. So it's primarily going to be focused on basically running really fast and throwing really dangerous projectiles at enemies till they stop moving. I'm going to do a lot of kiting as part of my primary strategy. However, what do you have? You have all leadership in the army get +2. That's kind of useless, but it's kind of cute. Ultimately, I think I would like to build up a warlock army, but I think I might go with a strategist first. I do have, after all, my mechanic. Yeah, as Clan Eshin, I still have my mechanics to worry about, so I will need to try and do the shadowy dealing. So the more assassins that I have, the better. Skaven assassins are the pinnacle of Clan Eshin's warriors, after all. They are the elite killers of a class all of their own. The few who know of the existence of the black-clad assassins fear them above all else. Rumors of their cutthroat abilities are whispered in fear. The Clan Eshin devils are invisible, and their very shadows are poisonous. Stealth and killing are the study of the Skaven assassin. All Clan Eshin warriors are trained to perform amazing feats of speed and dexterity. Only those that excel are considered for the more intensive training. It is then that the secret arts are taught, some of which are ancient techniques studied in the Far East, but many more are more unique fighting styles of the Retman's own devising. By the end of his long initiation, an assassin can jump many times his own height, hurtling over obstacles or backflipping to safety. They can run faster than a galloping horse and climb smooth surfaces with ease. In motion, an assassin is a blur, able to rain blows upon a foe or pluck arrows out of mid-fight. Skaven assassins are so adept at hiding in the shadows, many suspect supernatural magic is at work. The art of sabotage, arson, and poison all form the part of the assassin's deadly bag of tricks. Many assassins in training are lost as the regimen is grueling. The final tests are death missions assigned by Clan Eshin's ruling council, presided over by Lord Sneak, the leader of the clan and one of the Lords of Decay. After surviving such actions, an assassin is considered an acknowledged master in the methodology of murder. Not all of an assassin's work happens in isolated darkness. When the Skaven march to war, they are sometimes accompanied by Clan Eshin's finest hiding amongst the number. These death-dealing agents pose as a regular rank-and-file trooper until the moment is right. At this time, they cast off their disguise and leap into position where they can do the most damage. Fighting with poisoned blades in each paw, an assassin can unleash a murderous flurry of attacks that is more than capable of striking down an enemy leader. At other times, an assassin will operate on the battlefield alone, turning up to wreak havoc behind enemy lines, setting timed bombs, or using poisoned shurikens to slay targets of opportunity. All in all, they're pretty dang good for running around and being sneaky. I can also recruit a mercenary to that army. Really? Okay. Well, if you insist, I will totally. Of course. The more the merrier. Get in there. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and encamp them. I can't, actually. Alright, I can't. Okay, good to know, good to know, good to know. At least they're immune to the attrition, so, what I will consider doing...
Go under Play poison shadow.
Yeah. It's a bit silly, but I'm going to go ahead and at least do this so I don't suffer any
I bring pain, death.
unnecessary losses. And then primarily fill it up with very fast-running slingers so they can just keep pelting enemies. Yeah, get them in there. You might scoff and think, well, they're just throwing rocks. Well, they are, but those rocks hurt, and they can damage morale, which can help a little bit. And they do some damage. It's very small, it's very minor, but I mean, damage is damage. So, chip damage is still chip damage. Definitely not something I want to really be relying on for very long. But it'll work. It'll do, for now. I have shadowy dealings that I will need to also care for. First of all... so let's go ahead and start showing my intentions toward them. I've gotten the Dragon Helm. Nice. I also have a mod that adds about like 300 special and unique items, so this should be fun and quite varied. So I already have a little bit of fire resistance and armor, so that's pretty good. Sure, I will totally equip that. Get a little bit of experience as well. Go ahead and start boosting my Route Marcher and give Snitch the Dragon Helm. Absolutely. I have a few mods as well that let me rotate lords because, well, it's kind of cool getting to see some of like the stuff you don't get to really look at. I can still do a few more shadowy dealings, I believe. Snitch would be unavailable for about 2 turns. Nah, I don't need to do it just yet. Nah, okay, I can wait. There's no rush for some of those. I do want to keep an eye on my contracts, and I would certainly like to be working with Ikit Claws. I would like to work with Clan Scryer quite a bit, yes, actually. Although that's going to hurt Clan Pestilence, which would it would hurt my food generation just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. So I really want to be on the good side of Scryer and Pestilence. So I'll try and play both sides for them. Clan Molder. Ultimately, that's negligible. I don't need to worry about Clan Molder as much. And Clan Moors. It hurts my control, but like, well, I'm Skaven, so honestly, the more opportunities that I have to be able to fight against armies that pop up because of bad control, the better I will be. If anything, I want to kind of piss off a lot of the Skaven to rebel. So I can build stronger. I think I will. Does this... Yeah. Would not mind doing this right now, actually. Let's do... this. The Art of the Silent Death wasn't the only thing Clan Eshin brought back when they returned from Cathay. A few Skaven delved into the black arts of magic, blending what they already knew from the warp. With the techniques used by Cathay sorcerers, they developed a new lore, one that serves to enhance their clan's power and mystique. Eshin sorcerers are mysterious, rare, keep to themselves. They are well aware that the Grey Seers brook no competition from other Skaven spellcasters. Versed in the dark arts, the magic of an Eshin sorcerer may be paltry compared to the might of a Grey Seer, but their arcane power is still considerable. Their magic is focused upon the strategies of deception, concealment, and swift death favored by Clan Eshin. An Eshin sorcerer is a valuable asset to any warband, but one a wise assassin will keep a wary eye on. I love the lore mod. This is really cool. I like all of these little details. It's cool. Right, so I will mostly just be building up and preparing for assault. Do I really want to just use Skaven Slingers? I mean, come on. To be real, though, I mean, it's expensive. Each one is 1,000. That's decimating my funds. Yeah, I'll just go with the basic slingers, as painful as this is. Gosh. I should really demolish this building and refund, and what I want to do is I would like to replace it with Clan Eshin structures, so I can have Night Runners and Gutter Runners. I primarily want to have Gutter Runners and Night Runners for my strategy in fighting against the slow undead. Especially since as Clan Eshin, I get Warpstone infused shurikens, so get a little bit of extra bonus damage, a wee bit. Oh! Apparently I already have a diplomatic contract with Clan Scryer. Well, hey, let's check diplomacy then, shall we?
Bigger warp forges!
Hey there, Ikit, you're my favorite. Let's work together.
What do you want from me?
I want to work together with you. I really want to work together with you. Let's do a trade agreement. That's too much money. All right. No, we'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. We'll wait. It's fine. They're all the way out over here in the middle of nowhere. Okay. We just rotate the world a little bit so they are nowhere near Skaven Blight. But, you know, I'm sure Ikit's got this. I'm sure Ikit's gonna be able to figure this stuff out. You know, it's Ikit. It's Ikit. It's Ikit. I'm sure they're not gonna get destroyed in like 2 turns, right? I have no idea what's going to happen when I hit the in-turn button here, by the way. But as I turn my music back on and look at the time that I've been recording, 40 minutes already. Goodness gracious. Well, I certainly hope that y'all enjoy these videos as much as I enjoy recording them for you. This is an entirely experimental idea. If this turns out nicely, I might just try doing a Total Warhammer series. Completely randomized. While I still can until the update releases for the Shadows of Change in 9 days. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I certainly would enjoy doing something that I don't think I've I've seen many people consider recording. Normally it's always just playing Total Warhammer 3 the same way every time. I like the variety and complete randomization. A little bit of Zinch fun. Oh dearie me, this is going to be such an interesting sight to see. Engine Bolt the Contagious. I would be happy to rename lords, by the way, if y'all want to be named after someone. I'd be happy to. Leave comments below the video, like and subscribe, please! And I will see you in the next one.